Okay, so this is our holster. When this whole thing started out, this insert was not in the holster. This was sewn together on this end, and the holster was kind of triangle shaped, but it really wasn't big enough to fit this Model 92 Beretta into. This Beretta has got an accessory on the bottom of it, this big old flashlight sticking down, and that made it pretty bulky, so it wouldn't go into a standard holster. We couldn't find one that really fit it well, so what we had to do was adapt this holster with this leather insert. And now, as you can see, that puppy just fits right in there just like it was made to. So now we've got a holster that doesn't wiggle around. It's solid in there. It's got a clip for your belt. It has an extra pouch on the front of it that you can put your magazines in and strap them in. It has an adjustable strap on it, and that's it. Now you've got a good solid carry for this particular gun. This clip can be removed and put on the other side if you're a lefty. So it's an all-around pretty good holster, and all we had to do was sew this little insert in the middle of it. Now this is just a piece of leather that we bent, and in the video I'll show you how we do that. And then we sewed it in. Now I used green thread so that you could see the stitching in the holster. Okay, but what we're going to do, since we don't really want the green thread showing, is we're just going to take our black Sharpie and we're going to black it out just like that. And that's all there is to it. So from here we'll show you how all this was done. Okay, this is our holster that we're going to modify. Unfortunately, it was too narrow on one end to put the size of firearm we wanted to put in it. So we're going to, as you can see, we've split it. We've taken and just cut the stitching in between the two layers here on this end. And we're going to put a leather insert in here that's going to widen the holster out and give us what we need. So we need to make an insert that's going to fit this. Now what I've chosen to use is leather. Leather's pretty tough stuff. It does a good job for us. And so what we want to do is we want to put a couple of folds in this leather. Okay. Now we're going to need about 1 inch of separation between the two halves. But in order to sew it into place, we're going to need a little kick of about 1/4 inch that's going to fold upward on each side. Now we're going to set it up so the shiny side is going to be facing out, okay, just for aesthetics, okay? And then we're going to sew it in. Now when we sew it in, what we'll be able to do is lay one side up and stitch it. And then we're going to roll it over on the other side, and we'll start to put a couple of pins in place to hold it, and then we'll kind of push the holster this way, kind of flatten it that way, and that will allow us to sew the other side without impeding anything. So in the interest of saving some time on this video, I'm going to go ahead and fold this. Now I've already soaked it in water, so it's wet and it should hold shape after it dries. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll this clamp over. We're going to put it down on this board, and then I'm going to take another clamp and clamp it into place and let it sit there and dry like that. And that should give us a pre-formed piece of leather that will do what we want. So we're going to have to do both sides, but we're going to do them one at a time. All right, so that's what we're up to. Okay, this is our holster, and we've sewn the insert partway into it. Now I'm using a green thread so that you can see the stitches. Now what commonly happens is when you punch the holes in the leather, you sometimes get a distortion in it. You see how this is kind of bent here? Don't worry about that. This side was bent too, and as you can see, as we sew it into place, it just kind of automatically straightens itself out as we sew it into the seam. Okay, well, we've got the insert sewn in, okay, and that makes this holster kind of a big box now. Now, that gun is going to fit down in here, and we're going to show you how that fits in next. All right, so here we go. And now, as you can see, that puppy just fits right in there just like it was made to. Hey everybody, Bill 1911 here. Hey listen, if you're watching this video, if you're enjoying it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, okay? That's really important to us. And make sure you like us, and by all means, come to visit us at AskBill1911.com.